Hey everybody, new project here. This is a Mossberg 195 KA. And I don't know how well it's going to turn out in video, but this barrel is just rusted like crap. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. You can see some of that. Here's the mag. It doesn't look too bad. I should clean up pretty good. I think it might. Most of the insides aren't too bad. It's just the outside of the barrel. And the stock on this one here is taped up. It's got a bad crack in it. Right in this area here. So I just happened to be looking at an auction site, seeing all kinds of parts being auctioned off for different shotguns and that. And I thought, well, I'll do a search and see whether I found a stock for this thing or not. Of course, there wasn't one there. Then I thought, well, I'll just Google it. So I Googled it and I looked out and found a stock in excellent condition for 30 bucks, and the guy's going to ship it to me for 40 total. So, hey, I thought, oh, I'll start working on this piece. Well, I got nothing to do. Of course, I'll just leave all the other projects aside for now and start on this one, a new project. Anyways, I got this rifle from a set. I bought 4 rifles off this guy. I bought this one. One was a single shot Kui in the barrel on it. It was rusted to crap too. And I think there was a 22 in that lot. And there might have been an Enfield, which was in good condition still. Surprised. So the problem was the guy had all these rifles, and this was back during the Canadian long gun registry. So somebody didn't want to register their guns, and they put them in the attic. Didn't put any grease or anything on them, and this is what happened. It was actually a friend's attic. So every once in a while I run an ad in one of the local papers here saying I'll buy guns. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, just cheap stuff like this, and something I can practice on. I'm going to pull this one apart. I'm going to show it all apart here in a minute. I'm going to take the tape off and look at just how bad the crack is on that, but I know it looks pretty bad. You can almost see it underneath the tape there too. So this stock can probably be salvaged. I don't know if I'll tackle that or not. It might be something I'll do, or I might just put it up and let somebody else buy it and tackle it themselves. Maybe they got a stock that's even worse than this. But I guess what like I said, I'm going to strip this all apart. The bluing on here looks all good. It probably just needs to be cleaned up. I'm going to try 4.0 wool on this and see how much it cleans up. I might have to actually take it right down to metal and re-blue the whole thing. It looks like the bluing is gone. In this area here, it looks kind of light looking. But we might be able to salvage that barrel. We'll see. We'll give it a go anyways, and I'll film it as I continue here. So I've got all the tape off. You can see there's a break right all across here. Looks like it might have come back across here or something. I see somebody put a nail in, and there's a glue mark here. Must have come all the way across here. There's another nail in here. So once I get the new stock, I might pull all this apart, see if I can clean it up better than that, see if there's a possibility of putting a dowel in instead of the nails. Something to try anyways. Practice working on fixing a stock up. See if I can get it better than it is. We'll see how easy it comes apart now. Maybe the glue that's on there is holding it good, but You can see it's already cracked here, so it's probably why it was held with tape. Anyways, we'll strip her down, and I'll show you it all apart. And hopefully I'll have the stock in a couple days too, so I might wait until I get the stock just to make sure everything is exactly perfect. Although either way, I'm going to take this down and apart so I can get at the barrel and clean it up good. It's got a removable choke on the end. I think it does. Anyways, I'll have to read up on that, whether that must be, no. I thought that was a removable choke, but it looks like you just screw this piece down to, yeah. So that's what it is. There's a label on here. Let me get it into view here. So you screw this piece down to whatever line you want. So there's improved cylinder, modified, and full. And you just screw this down at the right spot, and it crimps down the end piece to the right diameter for that kind of choke. It's kind of a neat idea. It's like I got a Stevens that's pretty much the same way. Okay. Okay, so the action is out. I don't know if I'll bother to take any more of that apart. I can probably do everything I need without taking this off. But I'm going to take the steel wool, of course, all along the barrel. And I'll take this off when I'm doing it, or tighten it right down and see how well it comes off. I'll probably take this off. I don't want to muck this up. Probably the steel will probably take that lettering off there, so I'll just undo that. That's the bead too for the front. Wasn't much holding it in. There's this bolt here. Pull this ahead just a bit so you can see the bolt. So that bolt there held the action all in. This is the bottom magazine plate. One screw in there, and then two screws in the trigger guard. And you don't even have to take that off to drop this out. You only need to take the one bolt out. This can stay on your stock if you're just removing this piece, the action. But I'm taking it all apart for a deep cleaning, and instead I'm getting another stock. So I'll have to take this screw out here yet. That's on each side, and it's holding this block in that the action screws into from below. That's what's there. And you can see it looks like a mold or something in here, probably from all the humidity in the attic. So I said I'll give this gun stock a go too at repairing it. What the heck. It's something to try anyway, so the back piece is good. I can take these screws off, clean them up, and re-blue them if I have to. Or just cheat and hit them with a bit of trim clad or something. That'll have to come off to go into the new stock. The new stock I'm getting got no hardware at all. So anyways, that's it. I'm not going to start the steel wool right now. It's 9:30 and it's just about my bedtime. For old fart, I have to go to bed. So tomorrow I'll hit that up with some steel wool and do a bit of video and show how that goes. It'll all be part of the same video, mind you, so you're just going to jump into it, but we'll leave it here for now. Okay, so I got my barrel ready. Took the bead off. It's all out of the stock as you saw the last time. So, I'm going to take some oil and a bit of oil on this. Yeah, right to the floor. Work that up and down the barrel. Rust dripping off with the oil. This is some bluing left underneath here though. It's too bad that it didn't brown up on that side too, because it's not actually a bad color. It was all consistent. My guess is I'm going to have to take that right down and re-blue the barrel if I want to look half decent, because it's going to be two different colors for sure. Anyways, I'm going to work at this a bit and then I will come back and show you the result. So I've cleaned this up the best I can. Still rust or what's left of the bluing up here, so it's a little brown here. I'm going to finish stripping this off. There's a pin there holding that in the spring. Take the mag release off, or the holder, spring, whatever that is. Might take that off to see what it looks like underneath. And I'll leave the extractor in possibly, I'll see. But then I'm going to fill this tube up with some vinegar and let it soak for half an hour and see if I can take the rest of that bluing off. Take that off and I'll turn the camera back on and show you, and then we'll dip it in the tube. Okay, so I stripped the receiver bare. Wasn't too much. There's no spring on the extractor, it's just one screw that was holding it in here and it just popped out this way. Same with the mag. You can see the pit parts over here or not. There's the camera bit here so you guys can see the parts. I laid them all out here. So there's a spring here in the trigger. Just a little plunger here. I'll probably strip that down further when I go to. I'm going to throw this in the vinegar too, and just in a dish of vinegar. Clean those up. So I'll probably re-blue it all. Might as well, if I'm doing it, might as well do it all. There's the safety. There was no bearing or anything underneath it, so that's off. So now that's totally stripped bare, and I can throw it in and take the rest of the bluing off rather than trying to sand it off. We'll see how effective vinegar is. Okay, I'll clean the parts up here with a bit of gasoline. Grease off. It might stop the vinegar from getting at it. throw it in. Take the spring of the plunger out of this one, so I'm not going to bother to glue that piece. I'll barely see it. There's good enough bluing on it. Probably don't have to worry about it. Probably can't. So it's not 100% blued, but I can put some blue on it anyways. Even with that on it, it won't matter what it looks like for a consistent blue. Here's the see where my gas go to. Extractor into. Alright, so I'll let those sit for half an hour. I'm going to put a bit more glue on my tube here. It wasn't glued well enough. This is a piece of crap pipe I found. It's all bent and shit here, so I don't think it made a really good seal at the bottom. So I just put some more glue around it. Hopefully that'll stop it from leaking. It wasn't leaking real bad, but if I need to, I'll just put a bit more on there just to keep it. Looks like it's gone down into the crevice. So it'll probably be a little bit better to I'll fill it up with some vinegar and see. Okay, I'll make this quick, guys. I haven't got much battery left here, so basically I'm just going to lower this down into my tube. So I'm going to spill it all over the place. I've already filled this up with vinegar. And yeah, look at that, I'm shy about ½ an inch. So luckily I have all kinds here. There we go. Didn't take as much vinegar as I thought. That's about 5 feet of tube there. Give you guys an idea, you don't have to figure out all the math. There's a 4 foot, 50 inches of tube, and my barrel is only coming up to about around here somewhere, so that's almost 3 feet-ish. So roughly 4 liters of vinegar. Because I poured some into this container here, so that probably would have done the whole thing. So anyways, I'm going to let that sit for ½ an hour. We'll pull it out once in a while and take a look at it and see. Okay, so it's been about 45-50 minutes. ½ an hour didn't seem to do enough. And I think the bluing is pretty much off of these. should bleed up okay. I would think they're clean enough. I might just hit them with the steel wool a bit just to give them a bit of a shine. That's just the extractor. I don't even know if it needs to be blued or not. Most of the time you see this extractor's not blue anyways. There's the safety. Again, you can just see where it's a bit shiny there from where it's been rubbing against the other parts in the gun. And it probably blew up. We'll see what it blues up like anyways. This here cleaned up pretty good. Still, you can still see it's brown. And when I go to blue that'll probably show under the blue. So I'll have to see either I'll hit that some more with some, I don't know, maybe a brass press or something. I don't want to damage up these. So worst case is going to get blued just with that brown on there, and it will probably show up a bit underneath the bluing. So let's take the barrel out. It's coming along. I think that's about all I'm going to do to it. It's just see how nice and shiny it is here, where there was no rust. So all the blue came off of that nice. I brought both of these containers out into the sun because the vinegar was really cold, so heat up the vinegar helped the process along. It's like 30 out here today, Celsius. So again, I'll have to hit this a little more if I want to see if I can clean up some of this, because it'll show through on a blue job. I did a 22 and I didn't clean it totally down to metal, and you can see that in the bluing. So I'm just gonna see if I can clean it up some more before I attempt to blue it. You can see there's a lot of brown in around here where the sight is, so this will be taking off some more yet. Do it without damaging the metal. You just go dunk this in some water, maybe in my pool, to get the rest of that vinegar out of the barrel and stuff. Anyway, so we'll leave it at that, and like I said, I'm going to hit it again with some SOS or steel wool, not SOS, and see if I can get some more of that brown off. If not, I might try a very, very fine grit, like 1000 or something on that. I don't want to, wreck the stamping is in here now. You can read it and actually see the model number. Before you couldn't even see that. I had to put it under a magnifying glass just to read that stuff. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. Probably not. But anyways, that's where we're at, guys. Okay, guys, this is where I'm going to stop, I think. Still a little bit of rust in these spots here. may just take a dental pick and see if that will just come off as crud or not. The barrel's pretty shiny. There's still a fair bit of pitting in here, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. The blue will hide a lot of it, I hope. You'll see. And out there, you'll probably see, like if you look close at the blue, you'll see it underneath. At least that's what I found with the last one I blued. That I didn't take it down as far as this though on the last one, so maybe this one turned out a bit better. I'm going to try a G96 blue to see what it's like. So that's that. I hit it with 1200 sandpaper. I guess that's 1200, yeah. Also a bit of 400. I didn't really have anything in between, so some of the rougher spots I hit with 4. These I just polished up with the 1200. So I should be able to hit some blue on that alright. We'll see. The choke piece here, still got a fair bit of rust in between the bands, but I'm not really going to do much more than that to it, so we'll see how that turns out when I blue it. Worst case is I either live with it or I strip the bluing off and do it again, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's not a $1 million shotgun, so we'll see what we can do with it when we do it. I think that'll be a part 2 video. I'll wrap this one up like this for now, and then we'll put a part 2 up for the bluing process and putting it all back together.